Okay, first ever voiceover, so please forgive me if it's shit. Um, alright, hi. I'm starting off with the Photoready Skin Lights by Revlon. It's a light reflecting cream, which is really good if you have dehydrated skin like mine. It brings back some sort of light and life in your skin. Followed by a combination of two foundations, the X1 foundation and F400, which is too dark for me, and the L'Oreal Pro Matte, which is a smidgen too light. So together they form a really good full coverage base, which is a rare thing for me. But yeah, and I'm using my hands. I normally use a beauty blender or a brush to do this, but then your fingers are equally good as long as they're clean. And they really help in sort of making something as full coverage as the combination of these two foundations look a little bit more skin like and natural. So, yeah, and I'm just going to go over the places where I need more and more coverage, just in thinner layers so that it doesn't again look heavy and cakey. So I'm going to go in with concealer now, and I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I'm using Pure Beige for under my eyes, an Expresso to contour with. And Pure Beige is, it looks yellow, but it also seems to have some kind of corrective properties in it because I don't need to use a corrector with it, which is a very rare situation for me. I normally always use my Bobbi Brown corrector to to correct before I go in with concealer, but this one seems to work really well on its own. I use my ring finger because it's supposed to be the gentlest of all your fingers in terms of pressure, and it's great for the under eye area because the skin's thin there as it is. So yeah, I'm just blending that in as I speak and watch myself doing this. It's a slightly surreal experience, but yeah. Once that's all blended in, I'm going to go in with espresso just under my cheekbones or where my cheekbone should be, and then also where I would normally bronze to the hairline. And I think for the first time today, I also tried nose contouring, which is something I normally don't do because I kind of like my nose, but then I thought, try it. And I'm using a MAC Duo Fiber brush to just blend that out. And I was having a bit of trouble with this here, I think you can see, because I'm not used to this. I'm not used to this kind of concealer to cream contour kind of thing. So it set a bit faster than I was expecting. So yeah, it took a bit more work than I'm normally used to. But yeah, but once it sort of blended in, it all looked really natural and nice, which is great. And I'm just going to set the high points. I mean, okay, not the high points. I'm just going to set the areas that I've used concealer, so the lighter areas, so right under my eyes to make sure that there are no creases, then the chin, nose, etc. Those are also the areas where you tend to get more oily. And now I'm just going to prime my eyelids and again use a bit of powder to sort of make sure that that area is not tacky. For brows, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade in Ebony. And okay, I hate the whole Instagram brow thing. If a lot of people seem to love it, I just don't. I don't think it suits me. So I sort of just follow my natural brow and then fill in areas which are sparse. And I also have two very oddly shaped brows, as in they're two different shapes. So I try and make them as even as I can. But at the end of the day, sisters not twins. So I just keep that in mind while doing this. So yeah. Okay, quickly eyes. Now I'm starting out with Makeup Geek Bitten, which is a matte eyeshadow. I place it along the crease and then I sort of blow it out almost till the brow, especially in the inner corner near the beginning of my eyebrows because I think that particular shape really flatters my eyeshadow shape. If you have a different eye shape, a cat eye might work better for you, but I find the more rounded, blown out kind of eyeshadow works for my eye type. So I'm going to do the same thing in the other eye. I like to sort of do the same step on each eye before moving on to the next step so that I can make sure that they look equal as opposed to doing one eye and then doing the other eye and trying to get the other eye to match the first eye. It's far too difficult for me if you ask me. I'm now using a clean MAC 217, basically any fluffy brush to just sort of make sure that it's even more blended and blown out. And now I'm going to be using the Makeup Geek Foiled Eyeshadow in Center Stage, which is a beautiful blue. It's reflective and pigmented and amazing. And I'm going to be using just a flat eyeshadow brush to place it and really pack that color on, because that's what helps me blend it in later and form that little purple between the blue and the red of the crease. So yeah, so I'm going to go in with the same brush, which has a bit of bitten on it as it is, and then just blend out the edges. This way I can get that sort of gradient, as you can see. So the blue slowly turning slightly purple and then goes into bitten. I like building up the intensity of the eyeshadow more and more with layers, just like I do with foundation, because again, you know, it seems to look better. And then I'm going in with the Colourpop into Kathleen Lights from the Where the Night Is collection. It's called Porter. It's a more brown, slightly more intense version of Bitten, and it's really really good for that slightly grungy lash line, so lower lash line especially. So I'm just going to use that on the outer corner and the lower lash line with a tiny little pencil brush. Now I'm using the Colourpop gel eyeliner. You can use any black eyeliner basically, but yeah, this is the only one I seem to have. I'm placing that just on the outer half of my lower lash line and then blending it out with the same Porter shade from Colourpop. Oh, and hi Dobby. She insisted on sniffing my camera. Now I'm using Weenie from the same Kathleen Lights collaboration, which is a really pretty rose gold. It's again very, very light reflective. So I'm going to use that in the inner corner to really bring some more light in and make my eyes look a little bit further apart than they are. Now I'm using the L'Oreal Superline. No, I think it's just the L'Oreal eyeliner pen, which they seem to have discontinued, which is a right shame because it's really good. And my this is my general wing. It's kind of like riding a bike, I guess, or you once you sort of get the hang of it, you know it for life. So practice makes perfect when it comes to the winged eyeliner. I've been doing this since I was, I think, 19. So, and then just to glam this up a bit more, I'm using the Ardell Demi Wispies. Oh, no, sorry, the Ardell Wispies, which I've cut in half because I can't for the life of me use eyelashes that go all the way from the inner corner to the outer corner. They irritate me, and then my eyes start watering, and it's just a messy situation. So I just sort of cut them in half and use just the outer corner bit. And now I'm going to use some mascara, which is waterproof mascara, and sort of blend in my natural eyelashes to the false eyelashes to make sure that they don't look like boom false eyelash right in the center. And now once I've done that, I'm going to go back to my face. I like to keep this step right towards the end, which is basically highlighting, because I prefer seeing what my eye makeup looks like before I highlight my skin so that I can go really intense or really subtle depending on what the rest of my face is looking like. And this particular day, I went crazy with the highlight because, night out, I presume, when the light shines, I would like it to reflect off my face. So, went a bit crazy with the Mary Luminizer there. By the balm, by the way. Amazing highlight for most skin tones. Yeah, that's just me staring in my highlighter. I'm sorry. And this is probably the best nude, and I'm talking straight up brown nude for sort of tan Indian skin tones. It's Jeffree Star Celebrity Skin. It's practically never in stock, but if it is, I highly recommend buying this. It lasts forever, and it looks, oh god, it looks so gorgeous. I mean, look at it. It's my lip, but better and nuder, and just complements the eye. It just makes the eye stand out a bit more, and it's just beautiful. Everybody needs this. So yeah, this is my slightly awkward posing because I'm trying and failing miserably at it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already. I will be back next week, and thank you for watching again. Bye.